That's what he said.
Nice.
Hi, everybody.
Yo.
Hey, guys.
I can't even see. Like, hey, Dan, how are you doing?
Gotta shift over.
We'll wait till like some
Comments.
people get in here. You can barely see my dollars, a little bit of dollars. We'll wait till like some people get in here. You can barely see my dollars, a little bit of dollars. Did you hear that? We'll
Yeah, who got that?
We'll get it. Hold on, I'm leaving.
I think it
right
may
back.
be me. Start it up. I'm out.
I turned into cat. I turned into cat. Or a cat turned into me, whatever.
Hey, Steve-O, what's going on, bro?
Steve-O's here. What's up, Steve-O? Tommy. On every secret now. What secret? The secret to make millions? Is that the secret you're looking for?
I think that's
because I don't got that shit. I don't have the secret to that.
Calvin's a part of what's that? The Skull and Crossbones.
Huh?
That's like the secret society out of Yale.
Oh yeah. What's that? The Freemasons?
Don't even talk about it. You know you're not supposed to.
Whoa.
Somebody's coming to your house now.
Seriously. What's going on, Yakov?
Hey, Yakov. Hey, Frank. Hey, Steve-O. Tommy, listen, dude. I messaged you and asked you to come on with us tonight a week ago, and you didn't answer me.
Oh, I wish I had Dave's button. Straight up.
Yeah. Whoa.
Tommy hit you with the cold shoulder?
Yeah.
Damn.
Tommy don't like me.
Cold shoulder. Hey, Sam. So, Sam, while I got this fresh in my brain, so I was hyped up by what you said, so I just dropped my video, no premiere.
Yeah.
Obviously, the initial stats aren't as hot as the premieres would be. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to get to is like you're so used because I've dropped nothing but premieres since I started dropping them.
Yeah.
But you kind of, to me, it felt good to just drop a regular video because I was like, got to deal with no pressure, you know.
Yeah, I mean, especially since you're doing the late night lives too, you know. I mean, you're showing up to other people's videos, you know. And I'm trying to do the best I can, especially with like the baby. I can't really show up to everybody's. Man. For the most part, like I'm just watching folks and I'm just hanging in the background. And I can't really like type. I'm trying to like hold a baby in a bottle, you know.
Yeah.
So, but like you're going around. I see you're like, you know, you're supporting folks. So I think it's okay stepping back a little bit. And not, you know, doing your premiere. Because I think, too, oh, man, I kind of feel like it's a little bit like I guilt trip people. Maybe it's just like my messed up thinking. But, like, I want to be – but I also want to be confident in my stuff, like my video enough to know, like, I'm going to put it out there and they're going to watch it. Because, like, I worked hard on it. Not that I deserve it, but, like, I just know. Because I've, you know, like I don't know. Christine's kind of a harsh – like, she lets me know if it's, like, kind of boring.
Damn, your video sucks.
I mean, but we're like comfortable communicating with like that. I mean, she doesn't say it sucks, but she's like, it could be a little bit more, you know, better, like.
I mean, to be quite honest, there's been a couple times where I've made videos. I'm like, okay, that's okay. That's an okay video. Like that's an acceptable video.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the times, a lot of the videos, me personally, just being my own worst critic, I don't think they're up to par yet. I know they're solid. They're just you know whatever. But it's a tough thing, man. You figure that out once you get going for sure. So that's why I'm just like, you know what? Let's back up. I'm gonna take a little bit of the pressure off, and I'm gonna just drop her just a regular video and just let it breathe. Just do whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Kaizen, man, like, you know, I like where I am right now, but you know, tomorrow better, next time better, you know, and just like this, I mean, you wouldn't expect to, you know, play your first day of like, you know, Little League and expect to be like Babe Ruth and then like, scouted for like the majors. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't happen overnight. Like you gotta put in the reps.
For sure.
And I think too, man, like you watch what's happening to Colton, where he got a big shot from Renee. It is amazing, but like he was ready. He was ready.
That's
the videos. He was ready.
That's the key right there, bro. Mm-hmm. Like anyone can get the baton, but after that, it's what you do with the baton. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, him and Courtney, they blast out videos like it's, just like eating lunch. It's boom, 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 and they make it seem simple.
Dude, 170 reps, man.
It's crazy. Crazy. That's why I told him, I was like, look, I was like, you put out, if you just been solid, consistent like that, like you expect a video from them every day, it's like it wasn't gonna do nothing but pay off in some sort of way, and it did, and it freaking did.
Yep.
And I actually went.
Calvin.
Oh, where's that? Oh, Jeff. I want to say it was like one of the Facebook groups. I think it for some reason, either I responded to one of her posts or vice versa. I don't know. That's how I think.
It was a while ago, though. I think it was back in January, and me and Calvin both had about 100 subs when we met.
I don't even think I was at 100 yet, but maybe.
Yeah, it's been. So we've known each other for a little while.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a while. Me and Eric were talking about like the videos the other night too. Like I didn't drop on Sunday like I normally do. And it can be a little bit overwhelming. Even I dropped to 3 videos. Like your eBay suffers. It's kind of hard to get like the life, work, eBay, family balance down. So it might have been there, Tracy. It might have been there with his hats. Tracy asked if we meet on Farmers Only.
So stupid.
So, Prince, if you haven't watched me live,
does everyone else see that commercial? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sam, you see that commercial, right? I'm sure you see that FarmersOnly.com.
Dude, I've seen it in New Jersey.
Oh, really?
It's just like
you don't have to be lonely. Farmers Only.
Are we gonna sing the commercial?
You don't have to be lonely.
Do we get copyrighted for singing commercials?
If anything, they should pay us for giving them free promotion.
Yeah,
Slide that sponsorship.
Something. Prince, I'm a lot louder on my lives and typically a lot louder in person than I am on my pre-recorded videos. So if you watch my live, you'll see that I get a little bit loud.
On your live, you said?
On my lives compared to my pre-recorded. He's saying I'm soft-spoken.
Bill. That's hilarious.
Hey, if Sunny B is still in the building, she shouted us out on IG.
That is hilarious, Bill. I'll give you that one, bro. That is funny. I will give you that one. Yes.
So we've got a few more people in here. We've got, it looks like 30. So if you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves, that way, in case everybody doesn't know who you are.
Yeah,
I don't care. Calvin, go first.
I'll go first. Calvin, Kelly,
around the horn.
Hence, around the horn. Give me some more points. Hence the Kelly Hustle. Social media, everything I got, the Kelly Hustle. So if you haven't subscribed, I pretty much do what everyone else does. I talk reselling. I show you what I'm doing and how I'm reselling. So just another perspective. So if you want to go ahead, I would appreciate a follow, subscribe, check out some of my videos. And Eric, Sam, I appreciate you guys being on tonight. And man, let's have some fun.
That's good. I'm Eric, the OBX picker. So I have been doing this, probably about the first of the year is when I really met all you guys. Yeah. And me and Sam run a show on Friday nights, like Reseller Roundtable. So we've been hanging out for a little while. And just like Calvin said, OBX Picker, you can find me on every form of social media as OBX Picker. I've been putting out videos for a while as well. Actually, I'm creeping on 100. So if you guys are around and want to see what I got going on, come and check it out. And thanks for watching.
Yes, sir.
Nice, man. So I'm Captain Nurse Flipper. I mean, what does that say? I'm Sam the Dapper Tiger.
Yeah.
I am a part-time reseller and a full-time dad. I am borderline exhausted, but for you guys, I'm putting out videos because it's really addictive. It's a lot of fun. Like, tell me like it's not fun. Like putting out a video and just like just seeing the work out there. I mean, sometimes it sucks if it doesn't like if it falls. but like it's like, oh, it's like I don't know. I'm proud to put stuff out there. So yeah, I'm sure Kat has put links in the description below of these fine people over. So check them out. I just dropped a video like an hour ago.
You and Calvin both dropped.
Yep. So
I actually was charging my phone. I caught Calvin's. I haven't got to watch yours yet, Sam, because it popped up a Facebook, like both of you popped up on my computer. I was on the computer.
Yeah.
There's Colton. Colton, we were just talking about you.
The man of the hour.
On hitting 1,000, Colton.
Dude.
Courtney.
Yeah, I went when I figured all of it out. I think after the live, Sam, after my live last night, like I wasn't subscribed to to Renee or anything like that. I knew who he is just from Storage Wars. But anyways, I went to his channel and I watched, the video that he, plugged Colton and Courtney, and I was like, that's an awesome plug. And he has a lot of eyes on it too. So that was awesome. But the best thing about it was again, it's that content. The content's there. The bulk of content is there to back it up.
I mean, like it was. I mean, it's right up in front too. Few minutes, and they're like showing him and like talking about him. It wasn't just like this like blanket like, oh, they're great. Check their channel out. They do great stuff. Like whatever. It wasn't. I don't know. He was just like, tell him like, I appreciate. Look at him. He's got 170 videos.
Yeah.
Like, he's a hardworking American. He's like talking. And then like Colton's last video, like while he's checking it out, is like him blowing up Osama bin Laden. Like come on, America. Like,
man,
crazy.
That was one of the best plugs I've seen anyone give.
It's fantastic, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. I wanted to so I just bought a Chromebook right before we got on, probably 30 minutes ago. And I got that because I want to try and cross post more, and you can't cross post from your phone or your tablet with Liz Perfectly. So eBay's been kind of off and on and hit and miss for me lately, which is kind of crazy with 1,800 items, but it happens. And then this morning, it blew up. It went crazy. 10 things sold. I had more sell today than sold the whole weekend. So I'm hoping if I get and it was the 11-inch, it's a small Chromebook. So if I'm in the car, because I ride in the back with the baby, or at work on lunch or whatever, I can start cross posting more to Mercari and Posh and Grailed, especially my hats and shirts and stuff. But I know Sam, Sam's primarily on Mercari, if you guys don't watch him and don't know. And I've had weeks where I hit strong on Mercari, but it's definitely not consistent for me. Poshmark's the same way. It's kind of hit or miss. And I'm trying to figure out, if you guys have any tips, everybody that's watching, to increase sales besides cross-posting. I mean, and you guys here too, what do you think, that you can do? Besides listing, obviously listing more is going to bring more sales, but besides that, what else do you feel like you can do?
I actually watched this video. It was 9 tips on how to increase your sales on Mercari. It's by this character, Dapper Tiger. He just put it out like last week. It's
Yes,
pretty
sir.
good.
Yeah.
So you can check that out for Macari. And it's sorry, the
Definitely.
first two is like
Facts.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's timestamped though. So if you guys want to like skip to tip 3 and get over, I won't lie to you. You know, the first two is like, you know, list more and like don't sell stuff that people don't want. Like, I'm sorry, I had to get those out of the way.
I was actually gonna touch on that, Sam. It's like it's good to have variety, and you know when you're out there and you're out and about, especially at a garage sale. If you can get a throw-in item that you're pretty much getting it for no cost, that's cool. But I think you know, ultimately, and it's gonna be harder because when you're looking for higher profit items, you know, those aren't coming around as much as the, you know, $10 to $15 to $20 profit items. You know what I'm saying? So.
Mm-hmm.
You know, probably limiting and just looking for really focusing on things that have a higher sell-through rate. And it's tough, but you know, there's things that if we just focus on that, I think, you know, with the sell-through rate, that's a huge one as far as you know, listing goes.
Absolutely.
Listing anything is going to be good, but really start looking into the higher, you know, sell-through rate items. So even if you have to study for like 2 hours just to see what's out there, then start looking for it. I mean, that's a good one.
Yeah, for me, I weren't selling last summer, so I don't know. You know, like what I hear a lot of people talk about summer slowdown, and obviously we have like the whole C word and summer hitting at the same time. Like people are, you know, kind of up and down. But I know for me, my eBay is like a wave. You know, like I'll get bombed for like a day or two, and then I'll be flat. You know, to come back in, and I've been trying to be consistent for me, like consistent listing, consistent, you know, trying to find better items, maybe some items with quicker sell-through rate. But the problem with a lot of those items, you're paying up. You know, you're paying up a lot more than what you're used to. So
you see the way I look at it, you know, kind of like and who knows the eBay algorithm, no one ever is going to figure that damn thing out. But like, really, it does, like, you know, I know I was saying look for higher profit items or look for better items that have a faster sell-through rate. But at the same time, no matter what, if you list something, you can list something that you just got, and then something 6 months that, you know, 6 months ago you bought will sell. So it kind of, you know, again, ultimately listing is going to be the huge one. And then just adjusting or testing other things aside from listing, you know. So I don't know. Again, it's an algorithm. We'll never have it figured out.
I just wanted to say hi. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. I lost my camera there for a minute. Tommy, I don't have time to enlist and relist and do all of that stuff. I just don't. I like, so Calvin, you're saying like look for that stuff. Problem is I have probably over 1,000 items, so I want to do it with what I have. And the crazy thing is, like, you never know what's going to sell. Like those salt and pepper shakers, they sold overnight for $100. And then what else did I have that sold really fast? There was something else that sold. Like I've had some pottery selling overnight, stuff that I would think is going to be long tail. So you never really know, even though, you know, I just listed like those glasses. I think I showed Calvin the sell-through rate on, I got some Anchor Hawking glasses that are like, it's Kimberly is a pattern. There are 4 listed and 43 sold. So I priced up a little bit because I listed them as a set of 3, but I would almost bet they'll sell within the next couple days.
For sure.
If not tonight. And that for me, it's just like looking through the stuff, and I'm already listing, but I'm trying to find a way, like if I'm in the car or if I'm not at home. So like if you're in traffic, what can you do? You know what I mean? Like with all of the time that you're kind of not, and I'm a workaholic, obviously. I'm trying to find ways to work while I'm sitting in traffic. But just to increase it, like with what you already have, I haven't been very successful, like, and I haven't tried hard either to sell stuff on like Instagram or Facebook, and I don't do marketplace because I'm so far out in the middle of nowhere.
I'm not. I mean,
Yeah, I've
pretty
been
much it's all
watching,
eBay for me. So
like Redneck. Yeah, I've been watching like Rev put out that challenge about doing the 21-day listing challenge that
Yeah,
he's doing,
for sure,
and then
for sure.
Colt and those guys have jumped on board that. A lot of people have. I don't know. I watched a while back, and I don't watch this guy a bunch, but Pro Solo Flipper. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he has a massive store now. But he did this whole thing where he did a basically experiment of listing 15 items a day and then tracking how quickly it sold. So he's saying 15 items a day within the first 2 days, he's going to sell 2 items every time, like consistently. And then within the next week, he'll sell 3 more. So he's like, I'm consistently selling 5 items off every 15 that I list within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, that's actually pretty good stats. If you could sell,
hell yeah,
list 15, sell 2 every day, then I know we all have challenges when it comes to that stuff. But I mean, depending on what you're listing, then you can roll a decent amount. I mean, Cat listed 50 the other day in a few hours. Like, it makes me like, whoa. Like,
Wow.
I can't do that. But
Real quick, I just wanted to say, Princeburg, thank you for that super chat. It is greatly appreciated. Hopefully you'll hit your 50 listings. I've been like my days off. I've been hitting 20 pretty consistently, and sometimes more because Brad is helping me take pictures. So that's helping me get like 30 to 40. Like the 50 that I did was really simple items, front, back, done. Not glass, where you're having to take several angles in the bottom of it, and that stuff. Like, and I just cross posted, and it was kind of crazy. It took me an hour to do 10 items. Now I did do them to like Poshmark, Mercari, and Grailed, like if it was shirts and hats, but like that's a long time. So I'm considering, I know Tommy has like the higher version of List Perfectly. So once I get my Chromebook, I might try and like upgrade to that, because then I can sit on the Chromebook on the couch watching TV or whatever. And with the higher version, you can cross post multiple items. So I could like hit whatever I wanted and let it just run and let them load, and then, go through each page. And at work, when I have Wi-Fi, which would be nice,
Right.
it would be a lot faster to do it. Summers, I haven't shared my items on Poshmark in probably almost 3 weeks, unfortunately. And I haven't had any sales either, but I did just do all those 10 cross postings. So now I have new listings on Posh, and I might tonight try and share my closet.
I think Posh has just given up on me.
It's kind of like, I don't know. I think if people are looking for it, they're going to find it, especially if it's kind of unique. That's how I feel, but I don't know.
It's true. They've given up on like sending me those like inspirational messages.
I think.
Oh, I still get those every day. Who was it? I think it was Dan Art Vandalay that said I think it was him that said he keeps Poshmark for the messages, for the inspirational messages. See, Matt from Phoenix Flippers is saying he had 2 Poshmark sales today. I think a lot of it depends on like what you're selling to. Dave, I have not, because I don't pay attention. I won't lie. Because I know a lot of people who use those listings are going to have to pay. I think it is the end of July. And I have my 1,000 in my store, my main store, and then I have 200 on my Nurse Flipper store, and I only have 82 listings on there. It's hard for me because it's a newer store, and I don't think it's popping up as high in the search ranking. So my tendency is to list on my main store, because I feel like I have 1,500 feedback. I'm a top-rated seller. Like, I feel like those items are going to get seen more if they're on my main store, versus putting them on this brand new, 2-month-old 11 feedback store. But I'm trying to make myself, because the only way I'm going to grow that is by putting things over there. So trying to see what's. Oh, Julian said he had his first Posh sale in a month today. So, I mean, it's hit or miss, but like for me, eBay's been consistent. Like, Sam, how many Mercari sales are you getting like a week on average?
What I get, like 15 last week, like 10 to 15.
So like 2 to 3.
I mean, Yeah, so, I mean, like it spreads out. Like I'll get like 5 in one day, and then like nothing one day. So like come in spurts. I think it's still like unemployment checks because it's like I'll get it like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday quiet, and then Friday, Saturday kind depends on the week. But yeah, it's Mondays are like good days for me at least, and I just think unemployment is hitting.
Yeah, like mine today, like I said, today was better than the whole weekend, and it's a Tuesday. Like I've never, my sales are never high. Like they aren't the highest on the weekends by far. Mine are higher in the week. And I almost think it's like people at work bored, like looking on their phones, but during the weekend.
Maybe,
like
yeah. Because I mean,
we talked before, yeah.
Go ahead.
We talked before about what you were saying, unemployment. Like, I mean, a lot of people that are still on unemployment, usually that comes in on like Tuesday. Is what people I know are on it. Like they're getting that on Tuesday. So
yeah,
maybe that extra money coming in.
Because like I know people are guessing, like people are saving, but like if before this all happened, like I don't know, well, what was it? Like 60% of the U.S. like had under $1,000 in savings to begin with, and like people are losing their jobs like left and right. Like, what makes me think that people have like that laying around? Like they're trying to. I think they're just trying to keep their heads above water. I don't know, unless they're like running the unemployment hustle.
Yeah. Well, you think there's
a new channel name.
Unemployment hustle.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that is just first video. IRS knocks on your door.
Oh.
Well, I know, like in our area, restaurants are having a hard time hiring because people are making more money on unemployment than what they make at the restaurant. Like I'm talking like fast food, that kind of stuff. I was like, if you're getting $600 on top of your unemployment, who's going back to work when they're making $300 a year?
Yeah,
that's some of it.
Yeah, like it's crazy for me because you guys know, like 2 months ago I was getting called off. 3 months ago. Now they are texting and calling me 3 times a day asking me to work overtime.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But it's so bad because they're so short.
Yeah.
I don't want to go in. Like,
yeah, I know you've had a couple rough days.
Yeah, it's been like really bad. And I think it's been really bad everywhere. So like nobody's wanting to come in. So it's not getting any better because nobody wants to work overtime. You know, we're all like, So.
Shit. Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see here. I see people answering people, but I don't see the messages that they're answering. It's kind of strange.
I seen a question a while ago.
What was it?
Well, you remember?
They asked me if I got a haircut. No, I didn't get a haircut.
No, don't you see his hair sticking out of his hat?
Taco Stacks was in there for a minute.
Probably this weekend.
Yeah, we took Dalton finally last week. It was the first time he'd had one. His hair was all crazy.
Yeah,
but now
it's crazy.
They're doing like, I guess, just appointment only, which is kind of whatever because we don't want to wait. So that's cool. So Prince Burks is saying he went full time at 4 months, which is cool. I've said it before. I would love to do it, but unfortunately, my full time income.
But yeah, I mean,
to replenish or replace for me.
It just depends on what. I mean, you got to have capital to be able to do that. Because if you're living off of it, and you still have to use it to buy inventory, like you would have had to have just stacked up money or had some money stacked away to give you that, because without the capital, you're not going to go full time. Because if you're pulling off it to live, and you don't have the capital, it's night. I mean, you limit yourself big time.
I would like to know from you guys that are full-time. Calvin, I know like your wife's income's kind of the main thing, but for those of you that are selling full-time, do you have like a certain percent that you are pulling, like, okay, X amount goes towards me for bills, X amount goes towards like buying more inventory? Like, how do you decide what percent you're spending, what percent you're keeping, or is it a dollar amount? I would like to know that from the people that are full-time. Like, how do you decide what you're doing?
I mean, simple for me is what my wife was making before she moved into this new position, that's what I have to make per month as far as helping the household. So, and that's, I have to bring in at least, I have to take from the bank account that goes all my eBay money, $300 a week. That's what I have to take minimum. And that's why it's good. I mean, that may seem like, to me, that's a lot when you're accounting for everything that you have to account for in the business. $300 a week for me is solid. Ultimately, I'm doing way more lately, but I think that a lot of that has to do with just, online sales are booming right now. Just more at this time last year during this time this year than it was last year. So that plays a big factor. Plus, I'm a little more focused. I know what I'm doing a lot more, so it's all helpful.
So Calvin, are you just pulling what you need to contribute? You're not pulling any more, and then the rest is going into you building your business?
I'm limiting myself to just what we need, because I don't want to have to come across that deal and say I can't get it because I don't have the capital. So I take what I need, and that's it. And I'm still using it as I'm really just flipping. Like I love the mentality of knowing I'm just flipping it, 1 to 10, 10 to 20. So, but yeah, again, I'm in a lucky position again, because first I had the capital built up to be able to do it, because even though my wife got in the position that she's in, it was either I couldn't just not work, so I had to have some income coming in. So I could have just said, continue to stay at Coke, but she said, hey, you can do this opportunity too, because what you're making part-time, I know you can do a little bit more when you're full-time. So it was an easy decision for me. But the capital was the most important thing. Without the capital, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have not been able to do it.
Definitely.
Yeah, for me, I'm not completely full-time. I have multiple income streams, and that's the only reason I can devote as much time as I can to eBay, because, I've done some other businesses where I have residual income. Like I used to do credit card processing. So when you talk about like managed payments, I've got a pretty good idea about what that's about. Yeah, because I know how the back end of credit card processing works. Like, so I still get a check from those guys, from all my clients from that. And then, my wife actually collected disability because she had a stroke back 2001. So we're still dealing with effects of that. But so that's one of the things for us. We have that extra coming in, and then I do a bunch of side hustle work outside of eBay. Yeah, like I can do any kind of handyman job or that kind of stuff. So it's one of those things. But for me, as far as budgeting, like initially I was trying to roll as much as I could right back into the business to build my inventory up. Oh yeah. And now, like, for me, I kind of set a budget like yard sale days. Like I'll take out, for me, I'll just take out a couple $100 of cash. And if I hit like a grail, if I hit something fantastic, I'll do that. But I'm being a little more selective in what I'm buying. And honestly, man, I get a lot of freebie stuff, to be truthful. I have people. The other day, I picked up 4 boxes of stuff. I sent Sam a picture of jewelry and cat. I think I showed you a picture of that too. Like stuff like there's a whole box of jewelry. But if it's free, dude, I'm gonna flip it, even if it's no value.
Yeah. Right. But Eric, like, are you getting that because people know what you do? Or are you seeing like ads online for it for free, or how are you getting the stuff for free?
I've done both. I've done both. Like I have, sometimes you'll see a yard sale cleanup. I've actually been to yard sales, and this is a tip for you guys as well. I mean, not just you in the panel, y'all know, but everybody. I've been to yard sales in the morning and left my card and say, look, what are you doing with your stuff this afternoon? You mind if I stop back by? Yeah. And I've done that a couple times and scored free stuff. And I also have a thrift store that I work with locally here that I do some volunteer work with those guys. So they kind of look out for me. I still kick them, money because nonprofits. So it's one of those things. But those are ideas. Man. You see people, even guys that have it overpriced. I was like, call me this afternoon. I'd like to stop back by if you got stuff you want to get rid of, because you never know, man. They may come down.
Yeah. Just Lawrence, So I have never niched down, and I probably never will, because I really think that variety is how I make what I make. I do kind of skip what I'm buying. Like I'll go and buy like shirts or hats for a while, and then I'll go to the glass, and then I'll switch. So I like to stock up on like certain kind of items, and then I'll look like, so if I see that, like I had 50 hats and I'm down to like 15 or 10 hats, I'm going to look for hats specifically because I know I had them in my store. I know they sold, and I'm going to try and get more. So I'll have stuff that I don't look for a while. And then when I see it selling, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I don't have very much more of that. Let me find more. So, I like buying big lots. If you watch my videos, that's kind of like how I get stuff so cheap. And I actually, like, I was talking to somebody today about buying glass from her, and she wants too much. And I think she wants people that want like that specific piece. And I'm like, I can't do that. And I told her, you know, like if I was short on inventory and didn't have 1,000 things sitting at my house I need to list, that might be a different story. You know, I might be willing to go look and pay more for each piece, but I'd rather buy everything they have, get it cheap, and then give away or donate or do whatever with what's not worth listing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
I mean, there's lots of tips about that kind of stuff too. Like you guys know about. I mean, because I know I've seen you guys all do it. Like for me, I never pick up one item at a yard sale. It never happens. Like I'm going to pick up a bundle every time. If I can't bundle it, I'm out. Like, I mean, that's just how I am, because I'm not trying to spend like $10 and put all my money on one item.
Yeah.
So if I can spread that $10 on it across, unless it's a quick flip, like that's the exception to the rule. But for me, I'm looking for other things to bundle to get it cheap so that I can in turn spread it out. So if I sell one item, I make my money back. Everything else profit. That's the kind of thing. And somebody had talked about accounting. I see Tim and some of these guys talking about that. I just use GoDaddy, guys, and I use my PayPal card. I connect it to that, my eBay account, and I get a weekly printout. Hey, this is where you're at. Like that's what I do.
Go help you, Daddy.
If I go to a yard sale, I take out cash through my PayPal card, and I write that and put a notation in there that's what it is. Yeah, that's for me. It makes it easier.
Yeah, like Matt saying, family sell him old stuff that he's not getting rid of, or that they're getting rid of, and that, like, if people know what you do, that definitely helps. Like my mom brought me like a box of purses from her friend. She's like, oh, she didn't want them anymore. She said you can sell them or give them away or do whatever you want. So I mean, you can get some free stuff that way for sure. And also, like, I mean, I'll tell people, like, I'll make them an offer and it's what I'm comfortable paying. And if they don't want to sell that low, I'm like, okay, you know how to contact me if you feel like dropping your price. Because a lot of people, like, don't understand the time it goes into, like, sorting all this stuff and taking pictures and posting it. And they just see, like, oh, here's what an item sells for on eBay. And I know, Sam, you've gotten a lot of stuff from family, too, to resell, right?
Yep. You can like go. I mean, I picked up. Uncle Ricky, man, he hooked it up, and then he had a yard sale. I was like, Uncle Ricky, you had a yard sale, didn't tell me what's up with that. I'm busting his chops the other day. I'm trying to get his like green screen like recording studio because he like gave YouTube a shot like when like COVID first started. Like, everybody's like, yo, I'm starting a channel, and then he's like, yo, starting a channel's kind of tough. I'm like, you heard? Like, so I'm trying to see if But Christina's like, where are we going to put a green screen in here? I'm like, don't worry about it.
So Eric,
Bill
maybe
would ask about accounting too, like on the. Yeah, I've done well. First of all, I own my own business for 8 years prior to doing this. So like I have done my back end taxes on that. There's not everything I know about reselling and how that pertains to that, but I have a buddy of mine who's an accountant, so I usually hit them up with those kind of questions. As far as keeping track on a spreadsheet, I do simple cash accounting, meaning that I take into account everything I spent on inventory, and then I subtract that from my sales, like in a bulk thing. You know, as far as keeping track of it, like I'm one of those guys that numbers stick up here a lot of times, so I can I know about what I've got in each item. Because, like I said, I'm buying things in bulk and bundles. So most of the time, I know if I sell one item, you know, like the other day, I picked up some items and I was like, man, I know I got $1.50 in each one of these. I spent $60 total. So, like, I mean, that's what it is. So, as far as like keeping track of each item, like, okay, I've got 50 cents in this one, 50 cents. I don't do a spreadsheet that way. I just do simple cash accounting. Expenditures versus what you make.
I think mine counts it all.
GoDaddy does upload directly.
The accountant does. He counts it all as it goes in and like all as it goes out. For me, I know like the salt and pepper shakers I sold last night for $100. I paid $32.50 for that box. So I know like everything in that box now is profit. So I kind of know, and I'll look up what I paid for a lot too. Because what I'm doing now, because I bought 25 lots. My expedition was filled to the top. I had to unbox stuff in holes. It was pretty bad. Is like I'm looking through these boxes and I'm pulling like maybe like 1, 2, or 3 items out of each box that are like the highest money makers, because I know I can't list all this stuff super fast, but I want to get my money back as fast as I can. So I'm like, okay, like these 2 things will pay for this whole box. Like, let me get them up and get them listed. So like now that paid for like 3 of the boxes. And I've only looked through 4 because I told myself I'm not going to look through more of these boxes until I get stuff from the other ones listed. You know, it's kind of like I'm a kid rewarding myself looking through these boxes that I want to look through, but I can't spend all my time doing that. I got a list too. Roy, thank you so much for your super chat. I missed it, and I greatly appreciated. And I saw like Roy sells a big variety of items too. A lot of the people I like to watch, that's what they do. I don't tend to watch the more niche down people unless I'm trying to learn about like that specific category or item. I'd rather watch people that are selling like a good mix of things. Like Tim knows his glass. Tim, like I don't know glass like that. I'm still like I have very, very minimal knowledge on glass. But I love it. So like I like watching Tim over the years, and it's crazy to see too like the different areas, like Calvin picking up the hats. So you guys, if you're watching us and you're not finding what we're finding, there's something there in your area. You just got to figure out what it is. Like I can't find video games here to save my life. I find hats kind of hit or miss. Same with like vintage shirts. But I've been pretty lucky to find like glass and china items here pretty regular. So that's where I've been hitting. And I'll pick up the shirts and hats when I see them, and I'll pick up electronics too, but I just don't see them that often. So you got to find what's in your area that you can hit hard. I guess kind of like a main thing, you know, and then have other things as well.
For sure.
Yeah, one of the things I did when I first started too is, you know, I know other people have different methods. I use the thrift store as school. I scan everything that I don't know anything about just to make sure. So that way, when you do hit a yard sale or something where you ain't got time to scan, then you've got a good idea. Hey, this is worth picking up. This is not. So if you got time in thrifts, like spend some time in there and do that. If not, and obviously watching other people, like Kat said, I mean, Tim schools me all the time on glass. If I need help, I send him something, or he's about things to pick up. I mean, Kat can tell you about jewelry. I watched her video about, hey, separate anything that's got a marking. Make sure you put that aside, you know. And then that's the stuff you're looking up. Everything else goes in a pile, you know, like, and lock that junk up and get it out of there.
Right. And so it's like, I mean, and if you guys watch us and see like stuff that we're showing, if you find it, like me, people send me stuff. Like I know Eric, I think you sent me some china. Like even if I don't know it, like I'll look it up and like help find it. And I know all 4 of us at least here that are here tonight answer really fast on like, Instagram or Facebook, whatever, and are glad to help. And it's just like it's a matter of like the community and like reaching out. And also know, I just want to say, and I don't know if Colton and Courtney are still here, but whatever you buy, you need to want to list. Don't go buying all this stuff because you see us selling it if you don't want to take pictures of glass or you don't want to take pictures of hat, because that stuff's just going to sit there and you're never going to list it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I would also say, just tread carefully what you're finding out on YouTube and social media, because Eric and I have had conversations where sometimes a bolo is like, it was a bolo like last week. Yeah. They're done selling it, and now it's your turn to it's on its way down. If we're talking about it like an item, like it's a stock, it's probably on the downtrend by the time they're talking about it.
Yeah. Right. Well, definitely, look it up, because like those foam soaps were like crazy high for like a week.
Right.
So if you went and scrolled through my past stuff, but like it's not gonna, same with the video game prices and stuff. The one-offs is what I like seeing, because most of the time that price holds. Like glass prices fluctuate too. Like they can go up or down, and you got to know, like, do your own research. Don't just take like what we're saying. So if you find a piece, go look at eBay or Mercari. Like I look at Mercari solds too. Like you can look at sold items on Mercari too, if that's where you're wanting to list, and see if it's actually selling or how much it's selling for, because it might not.
Yo, send me one, Tim. I gotta look. I always drive by the 7-Elevens. I forget to look. But I mean, like, you can.
They don't
always,
have them at mine. I looked the other day.
Calvin touched on this earlier. I mean, checking out the what solds, like in the very beginning of the show, like the Mercari, like the front page just tells you what sold the last 15 minutes. Like it's in your face. Cannot get away from it. So like I honestly think that is the best teacher. I think that is probably more efficient than any YouTuber you could watch. Now for niche, like in-depth, like RC cars, like I'll probably hit up Zahir Malik. If you don't know Zahir Malik, hit him up. UK brother from another mother. Tim for glass, and there are other for like even Nana's like, she's putting out stuff on glass too, like how to clean it. So I mean, there are all of us who have our little pockets of specialties that we can kind of help each other out in. But.
For sure.
Yeah, and I think everybody's pretty much willing to. I haven't had anybody like not answer me when I'm like, hey, I need help on whatever. And I think, like Dee said, or ship it. If you're not willing to ship it, don't buy it. I bought 4 of the folding lawn chairs, like Kevin Commonwealth Picker sells. But Dee showed like they fit in the boxes that the number 7 boxes come in. So I know, okay, I have plenty of number 7 boxes. I have them sitting out in the rain because they were dirty and sticky, and I'm lazy, and the rain's gonna wash them instead of me. But like those sell for like $50 to $75 a piece, but it's a folding chair. It's not going to break. You can put in a box. I mean, I'll probably put like a layer or 2 of bubble wrap around it just because they paid $50 or $100 for it. But like, that's not something that's hard to ship. And once you get used to it, I don't feel like glass is either. Tim has a couple of really good, like how to pack and ship glass. Like we haven't had, I don't think we've had, and I'm going to knock on my desk here, I don't think we've had any glass pieces break that we've shipped out. And we've shipped internationally quite a few pieces as well. So and it's just like, for me, I mean, it's summed up by a lot of bubble wrap. Like I buy a lot of bubble wrap at a time. Like we just ordered like 8 more rolls of big bubble wrap and small bubble wrap today. Like that's how much I buy at a time, like 1,000 feet or more. But it's cheap. If you look at you're selling, a $40 or $50 piece of glass, like wrap it up,
Right.
To protect your investment.
Got it.
Yeah, I was scared of glass, and then I watched Tim's stuff, and you guys kind of talked me through some of that. So I actually I've sold about half that box of China now that you helped me with that day, and then I actually sold a piece of glass today, Tim, out of some of that stuff that you were talking about. Nice. So it's it's one of them things. The glass I got for free. That's what kind of forced me into doing it, because you're like, how about all this carnival and depression glass?
Yeah.
Just come pick it up. So, it's
So
like,
Uncle
okay,
Bubba hate
here we
boxing up
go.
the DVD VCRs. I bought boxes specifically for them off Amazon to make my life easier. Like they fit them perfectly.
Yeah.
I put a few layers of bubble wrap and I'm done. Like perfect size box. And I mean, I paid like $1.50 a box. They weren't like super cheap, but you're making a lot of profit typically when you're selling a DVD VCR combo.
Yeah.
So if I pay $1.70 for a box or whatever, then it's kind of whatever.
I actually got a video of a DVD VCR me packing one up. And to be honest,
you did that one.
To be honest, yeah, it didn't get a lot of views or anything like that, but I'm probably most proud of that video more than anything. I just think it was a super informative video.
Yeah.
Super cool, you know. And I used to hate packing them too. But once you figure it out and you get that flow and you get that routine going of how to pack it, it's really, really easy actually.
Go watch that video.
Yeah. Go watch it.
Yeah, like Kat said, if you buy those boxes, you may spend $1.50, but you'll make that back in time. Just from dropping it in that box because it fits.
Like
resize it.
Bill pays for the whole case of
do
boxes.
Yeah.
You could go dumpster dive for boxes too, but if you don't have time.
I mean, Craigslist Hunter does it, so.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of boxes, man.
Jennifer Hayes, I just want to say thank you. You guys, if you are not subbed to Jennifer Hayes, she is awesome. She does a lot of jewelry, and she is probably the best moderator that I have seen in this community as far as sharing other people's channels, especially since we lost the 3 dots. I don't know how long you've been around. But like she shares on I feel like everything I go on, Jennifer's there sharing everybody's channel. So thank you, Jennifer. Yeah. If I have another mod that could, Dalton saying hi.
Jennifer is
the best.
Jennifer is
fast.
The truth.
With the links, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Try Whispers, was it you that said that? I think I saw you say the other day somewhere that you had a TI-83 that you were thinking about fixing. So like, do you have like an electronics background? And do you make videos on how you're fixing all this stuff? Because if not, I bet that people would watch that stuff for sure.
Sure.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. You know, it depends. I mean, obviously comp it out. You know, not all combo units are going to be worth money. So comp it out. I mean, I would say if it's I don't know, $30, $40, I would think about it tough. If it's 50 or more, I would look into trying to repair it. I mean, if you got the time. But if it's like a $20 unit, I wouldn't even bother with it. Either try to sell it for parts or just, I don't know. At that point, maybe Facebook real quick. If you bought it for 4, sell it for 5 and just get a quick flip.
I don't know if anybody else has bought pallets besides me, but I haven't bought a pallet in over 6 months. Not because I'm skeptical or scared, but I know how much time it takes. And I know even with manifested pallets, especially if they're returns, you could be banking on that one high dollar item and it's either not in there or it's broke. So you can't really go by that. You can't go by those manifests. You kind of can if you do like B stock and do the bigger companies like Macy's and QVC, and they have Walmart too manifested, but you're gonna pay, like you're looking at putting out anywhere between $2,000 and $5,000 for 1 to 3 pallets. So you have to have a lot of capital if you want to get good pallets. I made good money doing pallets last year, buying like local little $300 pallets, but it was a lot of time going through everything, testing everything. So it just depends on, and I don't like after I got manifested pallets, I didn't like unmanifested anymore because I like knowing what I was getting better and that I have some dollar value there.
I seen that dude, Harry Tornado out over there buying super
those
Goodwill
$40 Goodwill pallets. If I had $40 Goodwill pallets, I would probably buy them.
Does everyone have access to that? Or is it just random Goodwills?
I've never seen it here. I don't know if like his Goodwill outlet's doing it.
Yeah.
Prince Burke, yeah, a huge box, a lot of bubble wrap, and insure that bad boy. That would be my advice on that. I think the most expensive thing I've sold is about $700 or $800. And it actually went international and it arrived fine, and it was electronic. But yeah, definitely insure it. Because like if you're an eBay top rated seller, you get the $100 on priority automatically. If I sell something that's more than $100, I'm going to insure it up to whatever it's worth, because I've had them lose them, stuff gets broken, and USPS is great about filling in those claims. What is Tommy talking about?
What is he? I forgot he told me what that acronym. Sam, what's that acronym?
Pusa?
Yeah, what is that again?
I have no idea, man.
It's a channel.
It's a channel. I don't know. It's
Tommy said Tommy said it one night. I forgot. Oh yeah. Tommy said it. I forgot one night.
Yeah, anything cheap, I buy. Like, I'm a sucker for cheap stuff, like my $50 yard sale buyout. So yeah, if I could get pallets for $40,
for $40.
There's a place by me that has pallets for like a couple $100 that I was buying from, but they got so popular. They're 2 hours away from me. They got so popular, people camp out 2 days before they expected a load. So you would have to sleep outside their door for 2 days to have a chance at any of the good pallets. And it's just like, with everything I've got going on, you know, I've got a baby, I've got work, I can't go camp out for 3 days. And I mean, those people are making a lot of money, but if you got a good pallet place local, people are going to figure it out, and it's going to get harder and harder to get pallets from them. And these people are opening a second warehouse, but it would be like 50 people. I would get there like 3 hours before, and there are 50 people waiting in line.
Damn.
And like, there for 2 days.
Like, so the Jay's about to drop.
Seriously. like get trampled, man.
It was crazy. Like, it was like Black Friday every time I went. Like, you don't have time to look and think if you want it. Like, you got to grab it. Like, if you even think you halfway want it, you better grab the ticket.
Just grab and commit.
Lisa, yes, it is Jacksonville Wholesale. They have amazing prices, the best prices I've ever seen, the best pallets, but you better camp outside their door. And Tanya and Dave, the owners, are amazing. They're very honest. And that's where I was doing a lot of pallets, but I got tired of driving 2 hours, waiting 3 or 4 hours in line, and I still was far back. So if you're there in Jax, like, I actually paid my friend to camp out for me one time. Like, if you go find like a homeless person or something to camp out and hold your space in line, maybe. But otherwise, it's so competitive, it's not even funny.
Gotta think about
tin can. You've gone tin can mode.
Yeah.
Yvette wanted to know if anybody has had problems with buyers purchasing through the send offers to buyers feature. You guys having any issues sending offers and having people buy?
As far as them paying?
Yeah,
I've seen this comment in a few Facebook groups, and I haven't personally had it happen. What they're saying is, when you send an offer to buyer, they send a counter, and it automatically accepts their counter. Like that's what they're saying. But I don't open that feature up. Yeah. When I send an offer to somebody, I don't open the feature for them to be able to counter. I just give them my offer, and that's it. Like, I click the box to let them counter. But I have seen other people in some Facebook groups talking about that.
Yeah, for sure.
I would just say, don't let them counter.
No.
Like,
yeah, you can
if they want something cheaper.
Counter offers.
So.
I'll let them count. I haven't had that issue though.
So, Yvette, you can contact eBay via Facebook, eBay for Business. I did contact them on Monday about something and just heard back from them late this afternoon, not with the answer that I was hoping. But I did hear back from them. So, I got a negative feedback yesterday, and I feel it should be removed, and they did not. So, I guess it will stay there. But it happens. Oh, Yvette, so I'll tell you what's happened. I'm going to tell you what's happened with me with that. claims, and I've sent offers to people, and then they have unpaid bidder claims, so it won't let them accept it. So what I've done to fix that is I go, you have an exception list of like buyers that you'll let them purchase even though they're not meeting your standards. Like if you say they can't have a negative feedback or if they can't have a non-paid bidder claim, you can put them in an exception list and then it will let them accept that offer. So if you have any parameters set up that say that you won't accept it if they have non-paying bidders, that could be your problem right there. I had that happen several times and I added them to my exception list and it let them buy. And I figure if they're messaging me about it, they're going to pay, and they actually have. Everybody I've added to my exception list has paid, but as a general rule, I don't want people buying from me that have 2 items they haven't paid.
Yeah.
But I will, like if they write me, I put them on my exception list and let them purchase from me.
Yvette, I think you can also contact eBay better on Facebook as well. They respond a lot faster than if you were to try and call them.
Dalton's standing on top of his toy.
Sounds
that
safe.
has wheels. No, it's not. And I don't know.
Well, I'm trying to
I don't know
skate,
where
man.
Brad
I'm trying to be like Annie Someta and skate for your videos. Look at him. I'm safe.
You better be careful. You're gonna bust your head live on YouTube.
And he's like,
Yeah, he's
I
getting
wanna
like
see how-
braver and braver.
yeah. Oh, there's Louis.
There's
Louis knows
Louis.
it all.
I think
So
Louis was
here's
on
the
Glass
deal.
City Pictures.
So I refunded because I had previously, even if they didn't request a return. So I want to let everybody know this. In the past, and I guess it might just be who I talked to, I've refunded even though they didn't ask for a return, and I got that feedback removed. However, this time I did not. So I refunded them for no reason. I gave them their money. Negative feedback. My negative feedback stands. So I really wish I didn't give that buyer that money back. So they said, and I knew this was the technicality is they have to open a return in order. They have to open a return in order for you to get that negative feedback removed. But other eBay for Business personnel has removed it for me, even though they didn't open a return. And this time they did not. So they left it. And it was on a $10 item that she said didn't have wrappers. It was a used doll, and she said it came without wrappers. And I said I offer free returns, and she said, "Oh, I threw it away."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it both ways. Honestly, what happened to me is I got a couple negative feedbacks during the whole COVID stuff. So when eBay was still kind of shut down for the most part. And so I sent it back through eBay through Business for Business. I ended up refunding the people, and I still got the negative feedbacks. It was just like one of it was over shipping time, which I have zero control over. Like I just said, hey, if it'll make you feel better, I'll just go ahead and refund it. And the other one, the item actually was broken when it got to them. And I told them I was filing the USPS and that I would refund their money as soon as I confirmed that they had got the information from them that I needed. They never sent me the pictures or the items, so I did end up just straight up refunding them just to get the negative feedback taken away, and it didn't happen on either one of them. And now it's past the 30 days, and I'm pretty much living with 2 dings. But I've got like almost 500 feedbacks, so for me, I don't really think it has hurt my sales any, to be honest. I mean, I responded to both the feedbacks and just told people what happened. Like, I mean, that's all you can really do.
So, Tommy, that is not the case, because that is what I did and I have done in the past. And this time eBay refused to remove the feedback. So I have used that method before. And I will tell you, I was talking to Calvin about this earlier. Every time I get a negative feedback, my sales take a hit. I can't, like, I don't know eBay's search algorithm, but I will tell you, every time I get a negative feedback, my sales are cut in half from my average. So over the weekend, they were really down, which is when I got that negative feedback. And then today they were on fire again. I don't know for sure if that's why, but it has happened every time I get a negative feedback. My sales like nosedive.
Yeah. I feel like, so as far as like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've been lucky on
I've
eBay.
had
I've never been put in that situation with eBay, but like on Mercari, I've had, like, I don't really get a choice. The only time I get a choice is if they submit a return right before I ship it out. Like, I almost sold a refractor, what's his face, Patrick Mahomes card, like from the new set of prisms that just came out for $25. Had it packed, card was written, ready. I was just about to slide it into the envelope. Cancels on me. And I was just like, and I could have gone through with it and just shipped it out and said, forget about it. But I just decided to return it, like refund him and just not deal with the bad juju that comes with that. But other times, like once the package gets to them and they file a return, that Mercari reviews it and it's kind of up in the air, So
I've only had like 1 or 2 returns on Mercari, and I've sold I think like 7,000 on there. It's not, it's not anywhere near my eBay, but it's not a small amount, and only 2 returns. And both times Mercari sided in my favor and didn't make me take it. So I think Mercari is really seller friendly.
Shipping sunshine. I know for me, I have mine set to automatic feedback, so everybody gets good feedback if you buy something. Just because it's one less thing to deal with.
So Nana, I really don't.
She said you cancel a good feedback.
Yeah, like Nana's saying she doesn't care about it. I really don't either, but I care if somebody leaves a negative and it affects my sales. Then I have an issue. And Tommy was saying he's never had that happen, and I hadn't either. And the eBay representative actually said, well, the buyer sent you a well-tempered message. Her message was that she threw it in the trash. How is that well-tempered? Instead of asking for a return, she threw it in the trash. So they suggested I ask her to revise her feedback.
Oh my goodness.
And I do auto feedback as well. So because you can't leave negative feedback for a buyer. I remember when you could, and I wish you still could, because these people that are scamming the system, and like her, I went and looked, she left that same negative feedback for another seller less than a month ago. So I think she's trying to get that money, and I gave it to her because I thought I could get the negative feedback removed. Luckily, it's only $5, but now I can't get it back, and I wish I hadn't given it to her, honestly.
That's why. That's so crazy.
Because I have free returns.
I did get a feedback.
Sent it back.
Yeah. I got a feedback one time that was it gave me 5 stars on everything, and then they said something negative, and they did remove the comment. Like eBay, when I sent them the comment, I was like, why did they give me good feedback? But then they gave me a bad negative feedback in the comment. So they actually took that one off. That was recent.
Yeah.
Tommy, they can come after me all they want, because I bet that payout's going to be very pretty.
Yeah,
they're going to get them some money. They might have went through hell, but they're going to get a good payout for that. So,
what are you talking about?
the eBay exec sending the blogger spiders and dead pig fetuses and
I don't think the fetus ever made there.
What?
So this blogger like wrote bad stuff about eBay.
Yeah.
And the eBay top executive sent them a pig fetus. They sent them spiders. They sent them a book that said how to survive the loss of a spouse.
Yeah.
Damn.
And basically they were busted, and like it's in federal court now.
Yeah.
Bro, and then like hit up their
payout's
neighbors and sent their neighbors like adult magazines and stuff like in their name and stuff like
to embarrass them.
It's like, what?
I don't
Ruthless.
particularly like my neighbors, so they can
That's
have
crazy.
How do you know not at least one of them is like, all right, I got some cool neighbors.
Right? Hey, thanks for the book.
It's like they're so thoughtful.
Hey,
somebody shows up with the bathroom or stuff.
I just
what in the world?
That must have just went way over my head. Like I was not aware of that. I was not.
Bro,
aware
that was
of that.
like the hottest. That was the talk of the town for a little while.
Damn,
Everybody's
bro,
talking about it.
Damn.
I'm
'Cause
trying
I
to
never-
catch it there.
I did
Because the
not
people
know
Okay,
that
that.
got
that
in
was actually a
trouble.
question.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Eric.
Louis. So Red Cardinal, I'm glad you sold something, and then I'm good luck. Louis, it doesn't matter. Like in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter because it's no leverage over them. They don't care if you leave them feedback. They're going to do whatever they're going to do. So the auto feedback does it. It's done. The only option you have is positive or nothing. So either
Sure.
don't leave anything or just automatic feedback and I mean, they paid you. If they paid you on time, they paid you. You know, I guess that's their feedback. eBay won't allow you to say bad things about buyers anymore. So
Yeah, it's one less thing to deal with for me because rather than getting 50 notifications about you having people that you haven't left a feedback for, I just let it eat.
I probably should turn that option on.
One buyer.
I need to turn it on my new store. I haven't. Like, I need to go find it.
Yeah, I mean, if
again.
you start
I have it on
selling
my
more,
store.
yeah. For me, when my sales really picked up, I was like, dude, I'm so tired of going in and leaving this feedback all the time. Let me just auto set it, let her eat. Like, I mean, one of those things.
Yeah, see, I just never gave feedback. Like I never get feedback. It's kind of, it sucks, but I just never give feedback. I don't know why.
Calvin's going with the do nothing approach. Say something nice or say nothing at all. He's saying
It
nothing.
works.
Yeah.
How does it, like, are you getting a lot of feedback back, Calvin?
Yeah, you know what? So I am. I actually, so like when I first started and I was, just doing it part-time and such, there was to a point to where I was like messaging everyone personally, like after every sale, hey, I just drop your packages off to try to get that initial feedback. And then it got to the point to where feedback just started coming in. The more you sell, the more you're going to have opportunity for someone to leave you feedback. So once that started coming in and once more stuff started going out the door, I just kind of just like, along with that, same with having international sales. Like all countries are blocked on my store. Like I can't even sell overseas. Like I just have a block.
I shipped out I think I shipped out 3 today, international, and like 2 or 3 yesterday.
Yeah, so a lot of my settings are still from when I first started, so I got to adjust some of them, especially that international one. I got to get some international sales. I'm slacking.
Dude, Eric, I feel like every day I talk to Eric, it's like, oh, another ridiculous sale. Where's it going? I don't know. It's going global, going to Kentucky. Not my problem after that.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah, I like the GSP just from not having to deal with it because I ship an item through. I mean, I know a lot of people are on the pirate ship thing, and I think it's both viable. I mean, I'm curious to see what they do with the international shipping that they're supposed to be saving Canada like 14%. But
so
for me,
that international one, have you tried it, Eric? So I started offering only the new one, and it actually prints out with all your other eBay labels. It's so easy, and it's low price.
Yeah, I haven't
started
to that yet because I shipped a pair of shoes to Saudi Arabia on pirate ship. I hadn't seen them things yet. Like I don't know what happened to them, and because the guy was trying to get me to give it for cheaper, so I did it, and I'm out $50 or whatever. But whatever. I mean, so after that, I went to GSP. Yeah, I've actually had some things that. Like I actually sold a couple of hair dyes, and they went to a country that wouldn't let them in. Yeah. So they just paid me. Like GSP covered it. They paid me. I never had any problems. So I've had a couple times that things should have came back to me, but they didn't. And they were like, "Hey, there was a problem with your package, but we paid it." So I'm down with that.
So Ray, they will not let you remove your feedback. So if you left them positive feedback and then they do something ridiculous, you can't take it back. Javelina, yes, your 64 feedback as a buyer will definitely help you. So with my new store, I actually buy like small things that I need anyways, just to get the feedback. So it's a lot of people aren't going to look if your 64 feedback or from when you're a buyer or when you're a seller. So those will definitely help you already have kind of a track record there. Tim selling hats to Malaysia.
Get it.
I had to have them when I shipped to Hong Kong. I had to message Pirate Ship their little instant message thing, and the same thing. Tim helped me decipher like how to put this message or their address into all the different spaces. They like had to break it down for me because I couldn't figure it out. But Pirate Ship's great. They like automatically answered me and helped me fill the thing out.
That's awesome.
Shit, I sold a DeKalb hat yesterday. I went out today for 60. But I know ultimately it is going to Malaysia or Philippines or one of those. That's exactly where they're going to send them. It's the same guys that send me offers all the damn time. And they're always trying to lowball.
Filipino lowballers?
Yeah, because they're flipping them. It's all the guys from California. They get them and they flip them.
It is the intervention for Calvin time part of the show.
Yeah. Tim, I got it. Tim, I got it on my phone.
Yeah.
I do have it on my phone, so yeah, man. But I can't look Sam and I without. Actually, I opened up my car today.
Hey, there you go. I should have given you my referral link, dude.
No, I've already had it though.
Oh,
I just
all right, there you go.
yeah, I had I don't know what was the reason why I don't know why I opened it up. I can't think why I opened it up, but I opened it up, and then 2 alerts pop up instantly. It says, "Oh, you have 2 items listed. Do you want to keep these items listed?" And one of them I already sold on eBay, so I had to delete it. And so now I just got 1 item on my card. But I opened it up, so that's a good thing.
Dan,
It's a start.
You do have to fill out customs. Like when you go to print your labels, it's like a little red line. It says information required or something. I just clicked it and I had to put like glass plate. And that was it, though. It was like a one-liner. Clicked it. It was done, and it printed with the rest of the labels. So it was really simple. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, I've sold to Japan a few times. Like I tend to get Japanese people a lot that are ordering, and New Zealand. I had a guy on GSP that bought a $25 item, paid $150 for shipping in customs.
Wow.
I was like, holy cow, that's
bad,
bro.
Yeah, if somebody wants them, man, they'll pay.
And if you go overseas too, like a lot of stuff we have here, you can't find anything like it. Like,
yeah,
there's guys. I mean, I've been to India multiple times, bro. If you wear like hats, like the kind of hats you guys are finding all the time,
yeah,
like that stuff over there is like gold. Like you could probably trade it for a scooter or something. Like no lie. Like if you had a pair of Nikes, man, like if you had some Jordans going over there,
scooter.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You could trade that stuff off for something big, man.
I'll do that.
It's like
stupid.
Right here for your scooter.
Yeah.
So
I'll trade 1 DeKalb hat for a scooter.
Yeah, there you go.
how do you guys, Lawrence wants to know, how do you deal with lowballers, especially Mercari? So I'll tell you, I had one this morning. I have something listed for $30, free shipping. Shipping is about $10, and they offered me $10. And they said, will you take $10? I said, no, shipping is $10. I'd lose money. No, thank you. And they said, okay, pass. Like they're the ones saying, no, you're not. So or you could block them. I didn't block them, but I just tell them no, thank you. I try and stay pleasant with them. I don't know how everybody else deals with the low ballers.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they don't bother me.
Yeah.
In my head, if I see a low ball offer, I just look at my phone and be like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
And I just decline it, and just move on. It doesn't bother me. So some people get real mad at it though. They're like,
yeah, I mean, I like what Bill's saying. Like, I just counter offer, especially on my card, because like,
gotta care.
Because like, all right, so what's lowballing, right? Like, because you gotta know, like, when I'm looking at your item, Mercari gives me the option to lowball you 20% if you're considering that lowballing. A 20%
these people
discount
just messaged, so they couldn't technically offer me that amount because it was lower than Mercari would allow them. So it wasn't a technical offer.
I mean, and then I just message back, like, you got to be real with them. Sometimes I call out resellers Like I'll look on their store and I'll see that like they got like look, we're both resellers here. Stop stop messing. Like yeah, I'm like you know what's up. Come on, chill. Like
Sonny, I get my free eBay supplies every quarter. So I get boxes or tape if I need it. I got tape last time, so I won't need it this time. And then my bubble wrap and like my specialty boxes I get off of Amazon. And I do have links. They are affiliate links in the description of this video and all of my videos on the stuff that I get, which is super cheap. It's stuff that like I've looked and found. Like the bubble wrap is insanely cheap. It's not Prime. The bubble wrap I get isn't Prime because you can only really get smaller packs Prime. But it comes within a couple weeks. So I have to like if I open my last roll, I know I have to order or I'm gonna run out. But where do you guys get your shipping supplies?
Mercari. I just use my Mercari money to buy it on Mercari. It's usually pretty cheap.
I didn't even know there were shipping supplies on Mercari. What kind of shipping supplies are you getting on Mercari?
6x9, the padded like envelopes, bubble wraps. I've gotten some like what was it? 8x13 poly mailers from them. Okay. And then otherwise I'll get it from Amazon. So
yeah, I didn't even think to look on Mercari, honestly. I didn't even know they have it.
Anytime anybody has like used my referral link to get it, and I just get an extra bit of money through that, like I'll just buy shipping supplies with it. Like I just bought 24 rolls of tape off of it for like $10, something stupid like that. That's pretty decent tape. I mean, it gets the job done.
Yeah, we I go in I got a buddy that we just go in like half on everything. On he goes on Amazon and he just literally buys in bulk and we just split the cost. And then I use my eBay coupon. Pretty much it. And then I get free boxes, you know, if I need to. I got a couple buddies who work at Verizon and you know, so I got tons of free boxes. So
yeah, I mean, obviously USPS. Like,
a lot of stuff from
USPS, like everybody else. I buy during the pandemic stuff. Obviously, I've been buying more shipping off supplies off eBay because it would get here quicker.
I totally forgot that, Eric. I do get like I have a whole row of my shed full of free USPS boxes. So the boxes I'm buying are either like specialty for the DVD VCR or they're first class, like 8x6x4 for my hats or 6x6x6 for like my small like trinket type items. And I get jewelry boxes to put my jewelry in, to put into poly mailers. I haven't bought or sold any jewelry in a long time. I really go through phases. And I think the longer I have my channel and I'm around, you're going to be like, wait a minute, like what's she doing? I get bored super easy and I will totally flip what the heck I'm doing. Like I just sold all of my jewelry to Flippin' Flamingos. They bought every last piece I had, except for the jewelry that Eric sent me. Eric sent me a bunch, so I'm going to list that. And while I have Eric on live, I'll say thank you. Eric sent me some plush and some jewelry, and I need to list it. I added it to my pile, but I greatly appreciated that, Eric.
Yeah, no problem.
There you go.
They the other place I get shipping supplies from, to be honest, is Tuesday Morning Dumpster is full of bubble wrap. All the time. Like it's crazy. They actually have two separate dumpsters and one is just, it seems like it's just bubble wrap and foam. So
nice.
When once they're open, which they are now, like they unpack stuff every day. So I don't mind like going to get foam and bubble wrap.
That's awesome.
Super cheap.
Sean, I think the new eBay, and I haven't used mine. I think the new eBay, it comes out every quarter. You get it once a quarter. I think there's a new one out now. It is out now. Yeah, so I haven't used that one. And
then somebody posted about it.
Yeah, so I just saw, I can't find it now. So somebody was talking about cornflake boxes. So I sold a wreath on Mercari 2 days ago, and I shipped it in a Huggies box. I'm like, so the lady asked if I'd shipped it. I'm like, yeah, and just so you know, it's coming in a diaper box. So, and she's like, I don't care. But like, it was a big, like I buy cases of diapers, and it was a big wreath, so it was the only thing it would fit in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I hear kids talking.
Ooh.
Jim, you can take over the jewelry and watches. See, so like, and I'll go back around to it. I'm sure. I don't know when I'll come back around to it, but I'm sure I'll do jewelry again. I get bored and I move on to the next.
Mhm.
And Tommy's got a good point here. Like, you need to know if those boxes are light, like the double wall boxes. It'll hit you on the first class because really you want a lightweight box if you're trying to ship like a hat. That like
sure.
a hat's not going to get damaged really if that box is scrunched, not significantly like glass or something would. But I also like I'll throw bubble wrap in like as long as I have room on pretty much everything I send. I'll put like a piece of bubble wrap under, a piece of bubble wrap over, and it's probably not protecting it, but it's just like how it looks to everybody. It's not protect. Like, I mean, if it needs protecting, it's wrapped. Like, I'm gonna wrap it a lot. But if it doesn't, but I don't want it to move around in the box, and be like clinking around.
The funkiest box y'all use? Leave you ask about that. I don't know if there's any questions before that.
I sent something, and it was kind of ironic. I can't remember what it was, but I used like a liquor bottle box. And it was like, like the color, like that the liquor stores get a case of liquor in.
Yeah.
But it was something that I think they would not have expected in a liquor box.
Yeah.
It was like a baby item or something. And I was like, okay.
Funkiest box. I have fortune cookie boxes. I've gotten like fortune cookie boxes from like Chinese food restaurants. They actually work really well.
Fortune cookies?
Yeah. They're like 13 by 13 by 13. They're like perfect.
Nice.
So like they hold a lot of stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I've done the Frankenbox stuff and then wrapped it up in a black trash bag before and taped it all down.
Yeah.
Probably the most craziest one I've done. Like Frankenbox with a massive amount of tape.
Yep. Yeah. Frankenboxing is sometimes, once you get the hang of shipping and Frankenboxing one thing, I mean, you kind of just get it all for everything. I had a Frankenbox. I had a tennis racket today that I had to pack up, and I Frankenboxed, what is it, the 1097 boxes? Just put 2 of those together, and it fit just perfect.
That's what I do for like the guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to Frankenbox to put one of those drum kits in the. Yeah, that was a bear, bro. Like that was like 3 boxes put together, like trying to pat it all out with foam, wrap it with the black trash bags. Like, hey, it made it safe. I actually got good feedback from the buyer. I was like, dude, if this guy doesn't give me bad feedback, I don't know who will.
Yeah, like Lisa's saying she wouldn't be happy. And I thought about that when I shipped it, but it was a double-walled strong box, I think, and it was honestly the most protection for the item. And I had the liquor box. We hardly ever drink. I had it because one of the lots I got from an auction was in it. So that's how I had it. And if I had like an alternative, I would not have used that. But it's what I had. And I mean, I guess I could have brown paper bagged it, or like I've been using trash bags as poly bags for my bigger stuff too, to just kind of cover the box. But yeah, I could see where it would be controversial.
Hey, I've actually got a little shipping tip for you on that brown paper. You know how like they sell you the shipping paper, like the brown shipping paper? If you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, they have the brown paper you put down, like if you're covering a floor to paint.
Yeah.
It is like half the price of that and double the size roll, and it's thicker. So just a heads up.
I saw that. And I also saw, for those of you that sell glass, the underlayment for flooring is like perfect thin foam sheets for in between plates and stuff. I saw that a couple weeks ago, and I was like, that would be perfect
That
for that.
stuff's a little expensive there, that underlayment, because I've done flooring. It's like
But
$45
not if you buy
per
like
pack.
the smaller rolls for the dishes. I don't think.
Yep. You can get that. It's cheaper. But Joe Deal said he just bought one for $9.99. Yeah, I found that because I do some maintenance stuff, hardware stuff. I'm in all those places, and I saw that, and I was like, you know what? I can rap with that. But see, I got a roll of it. I'll show it to you what I got, just so you can look for it.
Eddie, thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Oh yeah, Bill says pool noodles are a secret weapon for glass.
Mm-hmm.
They're cheap.
Oh yeah, that's some good paper, Eric.
Look how thick that is, man. It's
That's some
And
good
that's a
shit.
big old roll. How much was that roll?
like $10.
Where
That's
at? You said
crazy.
Home Depot?
Home Depot or Lowe's. Like, go check it out. It may
I'll
be
find it.
different wherever you're at, but I think a craft paper roll is like $4 or $5, and you know how big.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a little tube.
What's
Might
what's
turn
what's the name of that paper? Like what do they label it as?
It's over like where the painting stuff is usually.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically floor cover, or like if you're at the floor covering section, a lot of
Gotcha.
times they have it. So like if you lay new flooring down, a lot of times you put that paper down to cover it up
To protect it.
Construction. Yep. So it's not bad at all.
Yeah, like people are saying they paid a ton for the paper. Eddie, yeah, that so Eddie says he'd be mad if he opened a liquor box and no liquor. So some of this stuff as sellers, though, we got to think like we don't know what person we're shipping to on the other end, and like for all I know, honestly, it could have been like a recovering alcoholic, and that would have been extremely offensive.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I mailed myself back stuff and like in toilet paper boxes at like the beginning of like COVID when people are going bonkers over TP. I'm like, oh my god! I mean, like it was books and media mail, so I hope they would think like it's not toilet paper. It's like a 15-pound box. Heavy toilet paper.
Yeah, I saw where somebody like Bill was talking about foam noodles. I'll tell you, for you guys that sell shoes too, if you do any boots, if you take pool noodles and stick them down in the boot, you can take pictures of them standing up. Like that's just a little. If you cut the pool noodle down, like you can get them at the dollar store here. So, like that's a little tidbit for you.
Look at these pro tips spilling out in an hour and a half. And who was it? Bill was like the first hour is everybody just saying hello.
Yeah.
See, Tommy be holding out on everyone, man. He got all these gems, all this knowledge.
Yo, Tommy's a tease, man.
Yeah,
He's not trying to give it all up on the first night. He's making you work for it.
He's wanting you to stay up till 4 a.m. to see.
Yeah, seriously. All of it. That's how his retention time is so high. An hour. You got to search. You got to watch for the nuggets.
Dude, I went on there one night and he had been on for 8 hours. I was like, good God. He was on when I went to sleep, on when I woke
up.
Marathons. I was like, dude. Of course, Krillin probably talked for like 6 hours of that.
Tommy, I'm on it. Tommy, I'm tuned in, bro. You put out a pre-record, I'm tuned in. 100%.
Hey, Louis, you asking about your funky box, Calvin.
I mean, I honestly, I haven't really had a funky box. I mean, I guess just recently I did use the box in a bag method, and I used my the first time I used a trash bag, which come to find out, I don't think that's technically 100% legal through pirate ship, or it can't be a tightened bag. Like you can't tape the bag down to make it look nice and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of have to keep it like loose. So, but I mean, other than that,
so it doesn't look like a box in a bag.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, other than that, I mean, I haven't really had anything crazy. You know, again, mostly just Frankenboxing. But when I Frankenbox, I try to make it look perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's covered in eBay tape if I Frankenbox it.
Yeah.
Joe, I don't know, but I never got a complaint from the person I shipped to in the liquor box. So I guess that their state allowed liquor boxes. Nana's saying you can't ship to her state in a liquor box. So Leroy, you are very late. You're in trouble, mister.
I
think
bet you
Leroy.
couldn't Illinois either. Sorry.
I want to say Leroy is who. Leroy, are you on with me next week? I feel, or maybe it's August. I don't remember.
Leroy.
Yvette shared a shipping tip. Says she cut pool noodles with a slit to cover the ends of small DVD players. That's pretty sweet.
That's smart.
Good thought.
I got all these shipping tips.
There is.
Make a shipping tips video, Sam.
Yeah. All right, I will.
10.
It's gonna be all pool noodle related. We're gonna summer theme it.
10 different ways to use pool noodles to ship.
Boom.
Oh, hey man. So Sam, let me ask you why it's special in mine. So, Niman, what was Niman's main thing on why you shouldn't, or why he doesn't like premieres?
Well, his whole personal thing is that he just like doesn't want to have to commit. Like, if you're gonna put out a video, why does he want to wait a half an hour?
Yeah.
Like, he wants to see it now. Like, you're either putting it out now, like, don't tease me and all that stuff. Like, just watch it now. And like, also, like, you know, sometimes it feels like you're holding people hostage. And there's like talks that like you don't, when you drop a premiere, those initial views, you're actually getting robbed because not all the views count for whatever reason. And then what you're dealing with too is like, let's say you drop something and, you know, YouTube's slow on the notification side. And I'm in the middle of doing something. You dropped a 15-minute premiere. I dropped 10 minutes in because I just happened to come in and I want to be a part of the chat. And I don't want to let you down. I want to let people know I'm part of it. That's great. But now you just killed my view duration by 30%. Because you only watch 30% and not the whole.
And people come in late to premieres a lot.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Hey, listen, you don't know, you know, like how do you know? So I think from a letting people watch at their own convenience is nice.
Got you.
Got
you. Makes sense.
Plus, it's tough because if people come in late on your premiere, they're probably not going to rewatch, to be honest.
Yeah.
Some people will, but a lot of people won't.
Yeah. I mean, and like, you know, when we're trying to do the how-tos, the evergreens, right? We're trying to be how to tie a tie. Like, I want to be found, like, repeatedly.
Yeah.
Even if it's just, like, relevant for the year. For every time somebody, you know, enters it into YouTube or Google, like, I'm there on the first page.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing premieres because I like it.
And, you know, and that works.
Like,
you
I
know,
love
like
chatting with everybody, and like it's like my community and my people. And I just like, it's kind of whatever, but like most of, I mean, and I premiere every video, but the premieres that are well attended, it's almost like that gives it a kickstart and they're viewed more overall. And that's just, I mean, that's just in my experience, what I've seen. That's just, you know, what I've seen, because if I get 30 or okay, they know if I get like 30 or 40 people in there, that's like 30 or 40 that's like 30 or 40. I'm getting it. My StreamYard died, that's why I keep saying the screen's so if I got 30 or 40 people in my premiere, then that's 30 or 40 views in like the first minute or first 10 minutes, which for me and my channel, that's a lot. And it seems like that almost kicks it in suggested videos and recommended, because I got those initial views so quick.
Yeah.
So for me, that, and like I said, I love chatting with everybody. I've kind of gotten off of my, like, I have to do it at 8 p.m. every night routine. Just because it's a little less like pressing and stressful on me. I kind of drop it whenever. But I do try and give it 30 minutes because I kind of want people to have time to know. So like if I drop it, so if I finish at 2, I'm going to put it for like 2:45.
Yeah.
Because I want that 30-minute notification to go out and the one right when it starts. But that, you know, that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you do. I mean, you get the initial boost from a premiere for sure. And I've been, again, the last few videos I put out that were premieres, again, they I liked how they performed. But I know there's people who don't do premieres, and you see the numbers there. So I think I just wanted to do it. I wanted to drop it without a premiere this time, just to see, just to kind of see what happens, what it does.
I mean, look,
yeah.
You have folks that have shown that the model works either way.
Yeah.
It's just another tool for you to grow and connect with your channel.
For sure.
Or your community that you can kind of build. Because, when's the last time you've been on a Lonnie's live? Garage Flips live, or even when they first started, with the pandemic and stuff, they were looking for something to do. They did it a couple of times, but they didn't keep up with it.
No.
So, and same thing with premieres and stuff like that. You don't really ever see them do that. They just drop their video and they move on.
Yeah.
I saw? I think Cincinnati Picker did a premiere this past week. I saw it pop up. I didn't go to it, but I saw it pop up. Kathy, I don't think it's rude to enter a premiere late because I like chatting with people, whether it's for 2 minutes or 10 minutes.
Harry, I know Harry Tornado just dropped a premiere. I think he premiered something yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was the first time I'd ever seen John do it with his channel as big as it is, but I did not go in it. I was doing something.
Yeah, I mean.
So Sean's saying that John did a premiere on Sunday night. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just depends. I mean, I think as far as YouTube, basically, I know most of us, as far as the YouTube pond, we're all small fish at this point. I think just testing with your channel and seeing what works for you and seeing what gets the response. Run a premiere, don't run a premiere, check and see, and look at it. Because the only thing I've noticed, with me, is I think I almost get a false sense of, oh man, this video is awesome. But then if you look at your views afterwards, you're like, we talked about before, Calvin. I know I'm my harshest critic. I watch my videos sometimes and I'm looking at it saying, dude, I wouldn't watch that for nothing. People be like, man, that video is awesome. But if I'm just scrolling through, outside of I do think my last thumbnail, I think I did draw some interest with that.
I love that. That thumbnail's fire, bro. I love it.
It was great.
You look at that stuff and you're like, man, what is going to get somebody to click? What is going to get somebody to stay and watch? All that, we're trying to figure it out. And especially, it's basically you're almost like a rookie and you're trying to figure it out as you go along. So.
Shouts out.
You're ridiculous.
And super chat big channels all day. What is the tornado? What is the tornado rub? What is that?
I'll tell you later, Calvin. I know what he's talking about. I'll tell you later.
I don't want no type. Hey, I don't want no type of rub from no tornado.
No. Even if there was a happy ending, I'll stop that. Sorry, I'll stop that. I'm sorry.
But too, what you want to get out of it. Red Cardinal puts in here that she started to be part of an awesome community, and that's great. I think we're all in the same boat. We started.
Red Cardinal, and that's why I started too. Just to kind of be a part of it. I just I made a Dapper Tiger just so I could talk.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I guess I'll make a video. It doesn't look that hard. It's kind of hard. It's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky. But dude, Calvin, I think I'm an analytics guy, and I think that what I was dealing with was I just wasn't getting true statistics in my videos. And everybody's super nice. Red Cardinal saying everybody's very kind, right? Everybody's super nice. But nice is also bad sometimes because nobody's telling you what they don't like because they don't want to hurt feelings.
Right.
But if I look at but if I'm watching my, let's say my retention rate, and I look at that graph, I see where they drop off. Oh, in this video, the wind was a little out of control here. Nobody's telling me the wind is too loud and they're dropping off or it's turning them off for a reason. Okay, next time I won't do it. Oh, as soon as I fix that, it's better. So it takes a little work on that end. So to kind of diagnose stuff, but I think when it's not premiered all the time, you get truer stats to your videos. But each their own. That's my play. So,
well, for sure. I mean, for sure. Here's what I've noticed, and I don't know much at all, but just from and obviously, I think a lot of it has to do with my subscriber base growing. So it's a combo. So obviously, before I started doing premieres, I didn't want to do a premiere because I was just like, I don't got enough people to sub and no one's gonna watch. So I held back, and I kept telling Cat was just like, just do it, just fucking drop it. So I finally dropped it. I was like, and I seen then my as my subscribers start to grow, then that combination, my views started getting.
Yeah.
I started getting decent views on my stuff. So I was like, man, the initial kick you get with the premiere is fire.
It feels good, man. That's I mean, that's why it doesn't and yet like Kat says, you get to connect with folks. So that's it's just more of a dopamine dump. But I think, for me, like we're supporting other people watching their videos and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, I try and do this at home stuff to be with my family. And when that starts getting taken away, and I'm investing so much time, or I'm starting to turn into a jerk because of this thing, because of a hobby, right? I'm heading the wrong direction. This is the direction I didn't want to go in. Absolutely. So I try and stay grounded in that.
Yeah. Well, that's real quick. That's why I noticed when you did that, no premiere, and I was like, I think I'm gonna test that, and I'm gonna go that route. And even if I don't see the initial kick, and the initial kick's good, but even if I don't see the initial kick, just letting go of some of that pressure of having a premiere it felt a lot better because I was just able to drop it and finish cooking dinner.
Dude, it's done. Yeah, dude, you let YouTube decide, right? Trust that, at least for you too, you've been around long enough. You cultivated the trust, the community. Yeah. People know what to expect from you, and I also think it's not oh man, I gotta watch Calvin's thing right now. I'm doing this. I can't. The pressure's off the viewer too. They can kind of watch whenever they want, if they even want to watch. So.
But again, sorry. Go ahead, Kat.
Listen, Calvin. No, I was just gonna say, all of us, relatively are small. We're as small as we can be. It's gonna take years for us to get. Yeah, we're like small potatoes. It's gonna take years to get. These guys have put in years of time, to get to where they're at. It's been years. There are a few people that are gonna blow up overnight, but the reality is, most of it is that you have to do it for a long time. Just be consistent. Keep doing it. Some of my premieres, I'll have 10 people, and I mean that's fine because I just want to chat, and I don't care if people miss them either. It's no big deal. But if people can come in and chat, and I like to get feedback, especially on videos that are not the typical kind that I do. So I like to kind of hear and chat with everybody while coming out and get that instant feedback rather than depending on people leaving comments after the fact. Because not that many people relatively leave comments.
That's the engagement I see is when I stopped doing the engagement got higher too. And I'm wondering, dude, I was telling Eric today, my videos, I've been suggested up by 20% from YouTube, meaning the algorithm is finding me now. So because I'm why is this one video going bonkers right now? And I realized that the algorithm figured it out. So I mean, there's that part too. If you kind of get more engagement, I think it signals to the algorithm, hey, people like it. They like it enough to engage with it. We should show more people that want to watch and stuff. But,
well, hell, my highest viewed video, I don't know how it kicked. I don't know why it kicked, but it took off, and it wasn't a premiere, and it was right now it's at 1,300 views, so I was just
that's awesome.
I don't know how, I don't know why, and I only had I don't know, maybe in the 300s at the time when it happened.
It's your jingle in the beginning.
Yeah, could have been. It could have been. Actually, I've been debating on shortening that, man. I don't know.
I just shortened mine to 3 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna let everybody say their goodbyes. Dalton's getting more and more impatient. If you haven't noticed,
I'm probably gonna go on a little bit. I gotta get my hours up.
We still have
Tracy, that's
70
right.
people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for coming. I greatly appreciate everybody hanging out with us. The guys' channels are all down in the description. Calvin, Eric, and Sam. If you are not subscribed to them, please do that. And I will have a awesome What Sold dropping tomorrow at whatever time I feel like.
Yeah.
So I hope to see you guys there, and if not, watch it whenever. I'll let everybody say their goodbyes, and we will wrap it up.
Yep, I'll go again. The Kelly Hustle, all social media platforms. I just dropped a video tonight, so if you haven't, go check that out. If you haven't subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it. Once again, Eric, Sam, thank you guys for coming on. It was awesome. Everyone go out there and subscribe to these guys if you haven't already. They got awesome channels. You're going to learn a lot. And yeah, man, go ahead and do your things.
Well, guys, I mean, obviously for me, I thank you guys for having me on. Kat, always a pleasure to get to spend time with you and learn a little bit more about what you got going on. And Calvin, man, I really do. Now that I'm here live with you, man, I appreciate seeing your hustle. Like not just the jingle, but man, I know when I first started watching you guys share, I was like, you were kind of just starting to feel your way around.
Yeah, man.
All of a sudden you kicked it in gear, and
for sure appreciate that.
Sam always, you know, we hang out a lot, so you know we do encourage one another. I've got tomorrow just kind of some future thing going on. The first thing that I've got going on tomorrow night at 7 on the January house, I'm actually running an auction with him tomorrow. Nice. So if you guys want to stop by there and check out, we'll be running like 7 to 10, I think is the schedule. And so some of my items we're going to be putting on there. Honestly, I've just got so much here lately. I was like, it's just an easy, different outlet to try to sell something on. And then Friday night, we actually have Reyes, the entrepreneur, coming on our show.
What?
Kind of crazy. I'll just give you a little background just so you know. Reyes, I follow, right? I've watched his stuff.
I do too, bro.
So on IG one day, he's like, ask me any question. And I was like, I said, okay, bro, would you come on our live show? And I didn't think anything else about it. I was like, I'm not going to hear anything from this guy. All of a sudden, I hear from him later that night a screenshot of my question. And he sent me an IG. He's like, I'm down. And I was like, what? I texted Sam. I was like, bro, check this out. Like, Reyes is going to be on, which is a guy I've watched for a while. We haven't seen him before. He's hilarious, man.
That's a plug, bro. That's a real, that's an opportunity, right, man. So capitalize. That's a plug, man. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. He was so excited. Dude, I woke up from a nap and I saw that. I sprung up so fast. I called him so quick.
That's crazy, bro. That's awesome.
It's crazy. That's awesome. I mean, I just took a shot in the dark. I used to watch Reyes because I'm a hustler like that too, man. I do Uber and all kinds of app stuff. So for me, I was like, man, I've tried a lot of the stuff he's tried too and still make money.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in the wrong business, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. What about the gas? So thank you guys for watching. All the guys in the chat, we obviously appreciate you as well. So
yes, sir.
Thanks for your support. We would none be where we're at without you.
So, awesome. Sam.
How
you gonna follow that up?
I mean, I appreciate you guys. These two guys and gal are great. So definitely sub to them. I mean, obviously, if you're here and you're supporting Kat, give her a thumbs up. I don't know why you haven't done that yet. Sometimes you need to. But definitely sub to these guys, you know. We're trying to just put out videos when we can, trying to up the ante with our quality. And, you know, we're trying to bring it every time. So hopefully we bring you enough value and earn your subscribe and that like button when you watch. So
yes, sir.
But thank you guys for having me.
Appreciate both of you guys coming. Thank you.
Yep.